Okay, so I think one of the best new tool ideas that we've discovered for our home shops has been the development of these track saws by several different manufacturers. And I have two of them, an 8-footer and a 4-footer. One of the big problems for me, though, is that this track saw potentially could get damaged. So I started thinking about a way to protect this thing and kind of looked at the garage doors and thought, you know what? I just came up with some kind of a very easy to build holster of some kind. Maybe I could put it on the garage doors and protect these things and keep them out of the way of getting beat up. So basically I just took some 1/2-inch plywood, very easy build, stripped it, ripped it down to about 12-inch widths, and included some T-bolts and countersunk those in the back side of the plywood, put some epoxy on it to seal it, and then started working on a simple finger design with a spring in it that would help hold the track saw in place so it literally didn't fall out when the garage doors opened up. Finger design just supposed to fold back out of the way. Put three or four of them in on each one of the track saw holsters just to kind of keep them there. And the finger is just a piece of hardwood with a bolt through it, and it just swings out of the way with two little tiny pads on the front and tailing edge to hang onto the saw itself. This is another shot of the finished design. Really, it's a very simple thing, a counter bore for the spring. The spring sets inside that hole, and of course there's two little tiny feet underneath. That front edge has got a rubber pad on it so it doesn't slip off the track saw. And that's a 5 by 50 millimeter spring. I experimented with that quite a bit, and I used several different springs. They were either too big or too little. 5 by 50 worked. And then on the front edge of the track saw holster, just made a simple L out of 1/2-inch plywood, glued it, and attached it to the wider strip, and then put some ends on it so it couldn't slide out into the actual rollers. And that's the finished piece. This thing works really well. As simple as it is nice to have that great big long track saw protected and out of the way. Obviously I made one for the 4-footer too, and then added a spot just to hang on the T-gauge that fits on the front end of the track saw to keep it safe too, and keep it with the actual track saw itself so it doesn't get separated. I tend to lose things if they're not together. So the fingers are super easy to use. They don't really lift off. They kind of fold over with that spring size. So that 5 by 50 millimeter spring works great. And again, this just keeps this nice and safe and in its own little special place. So count on 30 minutes worth of work, and you can put these things up on the wall or preferably on a garage door and use that space. That's it. Simple one today. P5 Maker's Place. this is a problem. The oval